We spend thousands of dollars a month generating leads for our clients. We definitely do not do this by just putting random ads together, throwing them on the internet, and expecting something good to happen. We have a proven system to generate quality traffic online, turn them into leads, and then further turn those leads into clients. In this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you the exact 4-step process that I used for my agents to get them past that $200,000 GCI threshold. Several of my clients have already closed over 6 figures this year through working with me. So let's talk about the 4 steps that we actually use. The first step is YouTube ads. Now, you probably already understand the power of video marketing, but the trick is meeting your audience where they are. So ask yourself, where did the majority of my potential clients spend their time? Well, what I can tell you is most of your clients are watching YouTube and they're spending their time watching property tours, neighborhood guides, and all sorts of real estate content. And believe it or not, YouTube is actually the 2nd largest search engine in the world, just shy of Google. And people are constantly searching for homes, market updates, and real estate content and advice. So what YouTube ads allows you to do is to position and place yourself in front of all the people that are already watching real estate content. And if you do this properly, assuming you have the right targeting in place, compelling video content, the right landing page, the follow-up systems, everything all set up properly, you're going to generate the same quality as traditional marketing methods use, but at a significantly lower cost. The way I see it, YouTube is the place where people go to educate themselves and dream about their future homes. They're watching virtual tours, learning about different neighborhoods, and researching the buying and selling process. This gives you the opportunity to be their trusted guide and expert and to position yourself as the one that they actually want to work with. Now, one of the most important things to remember is that most leads coming into your pipeline are within 6 to 12, sometimes 18 months away from actually transacting. This is a long-term solution, not a get-rich-quick scheme or a quick-fix solution. And nothing in real estate really is, because at the end of the day, you're dealing with people that are making huge decisions for their future lives. Now, depending on what market you're in, your budget can either go shorter or further depending on the conditions. Typically, $1,000 a month budget is a good starting point, and usually we recommend about $1,000 to $3,000 to start. And I know some of you don't have that budget to start, and that is completely fine. It's totally cool to start with about $500 to $1,000 a month. Just understand that there are trade-offs associated with it. The main one being that you're not going to yield results nearly as fast as if you're spending $1,000 to $3,000 a month. Because when you start with a lower budget, you have less data to optimize and less opportunities to figure out and test different creatives to learn which one is optimized and performing the best. Budget isn't everything though. There are certain video campaigns that you can run that are generally more expensive, but also generate much higher quality leads. For example, targeting people who are watching luxury home tours or specific neighborhood content tends to generate higher quality leads. These leads tend to be more expensive. However, we get to a net positive because our clients get to maintain working with only a select few leads that are high quality, which increases their conversion rates and makes them more money at the end of the day. The second thing you want to focus on is creating compelling video content that's going to drive your traffic to optimized landing pages. Your YouTube ads need to grab attention within the first 3 to 5 seconds of your content, then provide genuine value to build maximum trust at scale. For residential real estate, we create video content showcasing local market insights, property tours, educational content, and everything else to do with the buying and selling process. We then drive this traffic to landing pages that connect directly with whatever they were watching. So if they watched a neighborhood tour, for example, we would then land them directly on a page that goes over available homes in their local area. And what often happens is people are lower in the funnel because they've been actively seeking out real estate content on YouTube. They're already in research mode. And the great thing is you can capture both buyers and sellers in the process. So for example, if you post an ad attracting listings or attracting sellers to post listings, you then can turn that seller into a buyer for people that are, let's say, for example, selling their home in order to downsize. So now you have a listing plus a buyer who's now looking for a potential downsized home. And this funnel generates a variety of different leads, buyers, sellers, investors, and anyone who's just looking to make a move. If you're trying to target something specific like luxury home buyers, first-time home buyers, etc., I would recommend you put all of your effort within the sales process first and then worry about niching down, because you shouldn't be spending too much time trying to figure out your narrow niche if you don't even have a complete sales process already put in place that you know actually works. So how you can practically do this is just target people that are in your local market, buyers and sellers. From there, collect the data, put them through the sales process, have an optimized landing pages, and then record the data, see who most commonly comes up, who most commonly you work best with, and then from there, you can then create specific optimized ads that are catered specifically towards your ideal customer profile. The third thing you need to be aware of is retargeting. So here's how the math works. For every 100 people that see your ad and then visit your website, only 5 to 15% of them actually become a lead. That means that 85 to 95% of the leads initially do not convert. So where do they go? They may never see you again. And this is where retargeting ads comes into play. Retargeting is extremely simple. All you have to do is install a piece of code called a YouTube pixel embedded onto your website. And then from there, anytime somebody visits your website, their data is then tracked and logged within Google's algorithm. So you can then run ads specifically to just those people over and over and over again on YouTube, Google, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. And the cool thing about retargeting is it's usually great value. You only need to spend typically about $5 to $10 a day per campaign on this, because you're only working with hundreds or maybe thousands of people instead of tens to hundreds to even millions of people with regular YouTube ad campaigns. Think of it like this. Somebody who watched your ad initially might be looking to sell or buy a home within 2 months, but they're not ready today. So they see your ad, they go away. But with retargeting ads, now your ads can be re-shown to them over and over again. And then 2 months down in the line, they then remember you, you stay top of mind, and they decide to make the decision, talk with you, and you're able to close and seal the deal. You want to think of this as building a database. You're building a retargeting audience, not just an email list. The last step is conversion. Lead generation is just the first step, guys. I always say this. You can give the same 30 leads to 2 different agents. One will close none of them, and the other will close 4 or 5 out of the 30. This happens all the time in our business. The difference in our clients being successful versus not successful comes down to whether or not they actually want to follow the process and the systems in place in order to achieve it. We do get clients who are too busy, don't want to make the calls, and don't actually take advantage of the system. Here's how the system works for our clients. You get tasks on day 1, day 3, and day 7 to make a phone call, make a text, and then send an email. Obviously, you can do more, but this is the minimum. The goal of day 1, 3, and 7 outreach is to build a relationship and deliver as much value as possible. What we have you do ahead of time is record a couple of different videos. A process video, which is a video explaining the process of working with an agent, which is especially important due to the recent NAR settlement and what buyers and sellers can now expect moving forward. And then a market video, going over your market expertise, market sales, recent trends, and what it actually means for buyers and sellers in your area. Most sales still come from getting clients over the phone, tried and true. You just need to be able to provide value and then overcome objections. The goal of phone contact is to categorize your leads in either a hot, nurture, or unresponsive category. A hot category is you've reached them and you're transacting with them within 90 days. Nurture is you've reached them, but they're more than 90 days away. And unresponsive just simply means you haven't been able to reach them. Your goal is to build your hot pipeline to 25 people. That's where you'll have a healthy business. When one deal falls out, you'll have 20 more people in the pipeline ready to go. For our CRM process, in the hot pipeline, we have weekly personalized outreach, whether it's videos, phone calls, etc. In the nurture pipeline, we have monthly personalized outreach. And then for unresponsive, we have mass communication only. We typically recommend 2 types of mass communication. One is deal of the week. This is usually a quick email showcasing one property and why it's unique. Is it a great deal, a great investment? At the end of the day, people care about the properties and the homes, and you facilitate that. And then for number 2, we have the monthly newsletter. Include properties you love, recent solds that benchmark the market, local news, and things to do in the city. What this does is it keeps you top of mind for the unresponsive leads that are maybe 1 or 2 years out. When they get your communications, they'll be following along, and after 6 to 12 months of watching your content, They're going to want to buy a property, and you'll be the one that they reach out to. You need dedicated prospecting hours. I work with really big agents and teams who are still doing this at the highest level, and that's the reason that they're still successful. A lot of people want to hand off their sales because they don't want to make the calls, but this personal touch is what drives results. Remember, this is a long-term strategy that builds a sustainable business. YouTube ads allows you to show your expertise, build trust through video content, and create a predictable lead generation system that grows your business month after month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.